I'm Margot Spildy, and I wanted to talk a little bit about purpose today. And what is your purpose? What is the reason that you've been put on this earth? I have said before, I don't believe that we're put on this planet just to use up air, to take up space, and then die. There's more to our lives that we're here. So what are we here for? A lot of people search and search for their purpose. Some people seem to find it effortlessly. For me, it seemed that I was super frustrated. I didn't know what I was called to do or what my purpose and passion was. And I went on a journey to try to figure it out. And I went from thing to thing, and I thought, okay, well, this is probably not what I'm supposed to do forever, but this is what I'm supposed to do right now. And so I learned a lot of different things. I learned the traditional financial markets. And then I went on a self-help journey, and I learned all about money during that. That was a really amazing time period where I learned about money. I learned about finance. I learned about how the principles from the Bible relate to money. And then there was a lot of negativity. I noticed a lot of negativity about money and about having money. And then I had to overcome that. And it's not that money itself is bad, because money simply is a tool that we use to barter with each other to make our lives easier. And it's still hard to overcome because so many people project their money issues onto other people. And so I felt that a lot. And still I was searching. I was searching for my purpose on this earth. And I felt that, you hear life will be easier, right? Life will be easier when you're working in your purpose and you're not trying to search for money. So I don't like trying to work for money. That never worked for me. It just stresses me out. And I thought, if I could just figure out what my purpose was and why I was really here, then everything else would get easier. And what I found out is that my search to figure out what my purpose was, that showed up at exactly the right time when I was prepared to accept it. And now it is a lot easier when you find it, but there's not a negativity that I would put towards that journey of searching, the searching period. It is so powerful to learn what you don't like and what you aren't good at and what doesn't suit you. And at the same time, you get all these skills, hard skills, soft skills that give you an advantage in the world. And once I got to the point where I figured out, okay, this is not for me, this isn't the right thing, but I learned so much from it. And then everything comes together and works for the greater good of who I was destined to be. And so one day, after years of searching, it just showed up in my head. Just showed up. And I wrote it down because I tend to forget things. And it was, my purpose is to equip others to be who God has called them to be. And it seemed so simple. But that's really who I was, who I've always been. I just didn't have it in a nice, neat little package to explain it in those words like that. And so once I got it, and I told my friend about it, and her mouth dropped open, and she just paused and she said, "Read it again." It's like, it was astounding. She's like, that's you. That is you. Right. So it's already in you. So that's how I want to encourage you today, is that it's already in you. Just like it was already in me. This purpose was put inside of me. I knew what it was intrinsically, but I couldn't verbalize it. And I didn't have all the pieces, but it was already in there. And if I had given up years ago, decades ago, I never would have figured it out. And I let myself get a little bit discouraged. It seemed like I was just switching from one thing to another. And then when I accepted that and I gave myself grace to say, okay, I'm just still looking. It's not the way it seems on the outside. If somebody else says that I'm not doing anything and it just looks like I'm switching from one thing to another, I know that's not correct. I know that this is part of my journey, and I'm going to give myself grace to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm going to accept myself for the way I am and know that belief and that hope inside of me. It's not hope, it's belief inside of me that I'm on the right path and I'm going the right direction, and everything I need will be revealed to me at the right time. And it was, and it will for you as well. And so my book, Live Your Life of Abundance, it's not about money necessarily, but we need money, right, in the world. We need to abolish our negative money issues that we have. But it's more about who you are, who you're supposed to be, and what you're supposed to do in this world, and helping you figure that out and find it and navigate that journey, and to have hope on your journey rather than shame, guilt, and putting down yourself. Okay, so enjoy your journey.